I'm Bruce Braun, W6SFG, and on behalf of Yaesu USA, I'd like to congratulate you on your purchase of the world's finest HF transceiver. Because Yaesu knew you'd be anxious to get started using your new FT1000MP as soon as possible, this video was created just for you. Whether you're an old-timer or a relative newcomer to the hobby of amateur radio, you're in for a real treat. The FT1000MP is an advanced, state-of-the-art radio incorporating a multitude of new features, including many user-programmable functions that may be customized via an internal menu system. Even though many of these new digital processing features and other menu items have factory default settings, Yaesu felt it would be helpful to provide you a fast track to this system. Therefore, we've produced this quick start video to provide you with numerous default menu settings that we feel will put you in the ballpark. As you become more familiar with your new FT1000MP, you'll no doubt find through experimentation how to customize these to meet your own personal needs and tastes. Part 1 of this video we call Quick Start. It briefly explains everything you need to know to get up and running as quickly and painlessly as possible. Part 2 of this video we call Features. It will acquaint you with some of the more popular and advanced features of your new FT1000MP. Furthermore, all of the segments of this video are indexed to your operator's manual for your convenience. Now, if you're ready to go, have your radio ready, and here we go. After first checking to be sure your AC voltage is the same as marked on the label at the back of your radio, attach the AC cable to the radio. Then attach a good earth ground to the ground terminal. This is important as it will protect you from shock and ensure proper performance of your FT1000MP. You should now attach an antenna for your favorite HF amateur band or bands to the A connector located on the back panel of the radio. Now here's a tip. If you have, for instance, a beam antenna for 20 through 10 meters and a wire antenna for 160 to 40 meters, you might want to attach the beam to connector A and the wire antenna to connector B. By doing this, your radio can automatically switch antennas for each band. Now, attach your microphone and/or key to the respective microphone and/or key jacks. If you're using the Yaesu MD100 desk mic, make sure the lock buttons on the top of the microphone and on the microphone base are not depressed. Now adjust the following front panel controls as follows. The AGC selector knob to auto, attenuator to 0, MOX and VOX switches off or out, microphone and processor controls to the 10 o'clock position, AF gain and main and sub controls to 10 o'clock position, RF power output control to 12 o'clock position, receiver RF gain control to the full clockwise position, Moni control, that's the transmitter monitor gain, to 12 o'clock, main receiver squelch control to full counterclockwise position, receiver IF shift and width controls to the 12 o'clock position, contour and noise reduction controls to 12 o'clock position, notch and noise blanker controls to 12 o'clock position, pitch control at 12 o'clock, and sub-receiver squelch control full counterclockwise. Be sure to also check the back panel and make sure the memory backup switch is turned on. This will enable the radio battery and memory to maintain all of your memories and user preferences. We're now ready to turn on the power to the FT1000MP. Please now check to make sure the following controls are off. IPO switch, Moni switch, processor switch, AF reverse switch, and EDSP. The green light should be off. The front panel display should now look like this. If it doesn't, turn the AC power off and reset the main CPU to the factory defaults by simultaneously turning on the AC power while depressing the 3 buttons on the lowest row of the keypad. The CPU is now reset. Observe the main frequency display above the center VFO knob. It should read 7 MHz. To the right is the offset display, Next is the memory channel number display, and finally the BVFO display. The main display indicates that antenna A is connected to the radio. The green main busy light indicates the main receiver VFO is unsquelched. The lower sideband button is green, indicating the mode of the main VFO. The frequency for VFO-B is also 7 MHz, and its current operating mode is also lower sideband. The IF bandwidth selectivity indicators show that 2.4 kHz filters are selected for both the second and third IF stages. Now we're going to set up some of the more advanced features of the FT1000MP using the menu system. I'm not going to attempt to explain the specifics of every function we're setting. You'll learn more about these as you use the radio and experiment with these settings yourself. Remember, this is a quick start video and we're just trying to get you in the ballpark so you can begin using your 1000MP immediately. A complete explanation of all menu functions can be found on pages 85 to 92 in your user's manual. But for now, I'm going to help you set up a number of these functions quickly. To access the menu system, press the Fast and Enter buttons simultaneously. Your menu should look like this. At any time, you may escape from the menu mode and return to normal operation simply by pressing the Enter button. Now go back to the menu mode by simultaneously pressing Fast and Enter. Use the memory selector control to scroll to menu item number 1-3. Now rotate the main VFO dial until the main display changes to 2.50. The main tuning dial resolution has now been set to 2.5 kHz per revolution. Scroll to menu item number 29. Then rotate the main VFO dial until the display reads Select. This allows normal notch operation when you turn on the notch filter and multiple heterodyne elimination when the notch filter is on with the EDSP engaged. Now scroll the menu to item number 4-4. Again, rotate the main VFO dial until the main display changes from off to number 4. The transmit EDSP filter has now been turned on and is set to selection number 4. Each of these 4 settings changes the intrinsic sound of the transmitted signal. Here's another tip. It's possible to monitor these adjustments during actual transmission by turning the MONI function on and turning up the MONI control to the appropriate volume while listening to your own transmission in the headphones. Oh, and by the way, make sure your EDSP button is turned on. Activating EDSP filters, pages 57 to 59. Scroll to menu item number 7-7. Now rotate the sub-VFO dial until the display reads SSBR. Now rotate the main VFO dial until the display reads 100-3100. Again, rotate the sub-VFO dial until the display reads SSBT. Back to the main VFO dial. Rotate it until it reads 200-3100. Then rotate the sub-VFO dial again until the display reads CUR. Rotate the main VFO dial until the display reads ON. And finally, rotate the sub-VFO dial until the display reads ANR. And rotate the main VFO dial until the display reads ON. You've now activated the EDSP filters for sideband, CW, and AM modes. Receiver front-end RF amplifier selection, page 30. Scroll to menu item number 8-4. Then rotate the main VFO dial until the main display reads Tuned. This chooses separate tuned RF preamps for high and low bands. Receiver operation, page 23 to 34. Let's now take a quick look at receiver functions. Change to your favorite amateur radio band by simply pressing your band of choice on the band keypad. For this tutorial, we'll be using 20 meters, so be sure to have a properly matched antenna connected to the A input. Press the key labeled 14 in white letters. The main VFO instantly changes to 14 megahertz, and under it you'll notice the indicator for VFO operation. Next, confirm the correct mode is selected for operation at the desired frequency. At 14.3